Hello and welcome to the fifth and final episode in this discus launch glider tutorial series. As you may recall, in this series we took this aircraft as an example from which we constructed this simplified version. Having now finished it, we'll give it its first flights.
We've now got the finished aircraft out at the soccer field on a bit of a breezy day, but it should be able to handle the wind. It's about 60 grams, which is a nice weight for an aircraft of this size. It'll have pretty good wind handling characteristics, pretty good launch height, good glide ratio, and all that kind of stuff. So I'll give it a test glide first. I'll check my controls, make sure I got up and down, left and right, All right, and give it a little toss and just see how it's flying here. So you can see it's a little bit nose heavy, so I'm just going to trim that with a little bit of up elevator because honestly, you want to have some décollage with an aircraft like this, which is that offset between your center of gravity being too far forward and your elevator being slightly at upward pitch. So when you have a little bit of nose heaviness, instead of adding tail weight, try to just add a little bit of up elevator, see what happens. That's what I'm going to do in this case, and I bet you it's going to work it all out. Alright, I've added a little bit of sub-trim to the elevator because I don't want to be messing with the actual trim very much. So I've added the sub-trim. I think that was like 30 clicks or so. Sub-trim increments are very small, so you'll need more of them than these actual trim increments. So that said, let's do a test glide. Much better. Nice. Alright, now it's time to retrieve the aircraft and try to discus launch it lightly. Alright, so for the first discus throw, I'm just going to hold it with my thumb under the wingtip and 3 of my fingers on top. You can use your pinky there if you need to, but with an aircraft this small, it's kind of unnecessary. So just 4 fingers like this, and I'm just going to throw it like that. Oh, little thermal there. Nice. So I'll do that again here. I'll try to throw this time away from the sun there because there's no wind to deal with. It's died down, so I can throw this direction. Whoa. Now, as you get a little more confident with your aircraft, you can start to throw a little harder, considering the masking tape doesn't unstick. There we go. So you can start to throw a little harder. Hold it the same way, but now you can go around once. You see I'll do here. We'll go retrieve it. I didn't expect it to go right like that.
Well, I've never been any good at climbing trees, unfortunately, and I couldn't get it down, but a friend happened to be biking by who is quite good at climbing trees, and with his help, we got it down.
Alright, after that fiasco with the tree, I've gotten it down and fixed up whatever happened in the stabilizer, just came unglued a little bit, and there are a couple cracks, but more or less, the aircraft is in perfectly new condition, so it shows the durability of its design. Got a little wind here, so I'm going to give it a test glide just to check the trim before I throw it up high in that windy air up there. So, yeah, I mean, more or less, that's doing something, right? It's going a little left because I've added a little bit of stab tilt. You probably can't even see it on camera. It's only a couple of degrees, just to make sure it doesn't do any wacky going off to the right like it did last time. I'll just throw it now. We'll see what happens. All right, it seems a little tail heavy. Yeah, it's pretty good. I'll get some trim. We'll throw it again. Now we've got about, I don't know, maybe 10 miles an hour or 8 miles an hour of wind blowing that way. So there you can see that's about the wind tolerance of this aircraft. You get to about 10 miles an hour and it'll just kind of hang there. mind when you're flying this little discus launch glider is, in windy conditions, to always maintain a little extra forward speed and a little extra momentum, such that you can ensure yourself the ability to execute any kind of maneuver you might need to, should you ever need to. You can avoid crashing that way. So it's a bit windy now. I'll throw it up and I'll show you what I mean. I just want to keep it going a little faster, right? I never want to let it slow down too much. That way I can actually do a nice into the wind pass and it doesn't just sink. Alright, close enough. So, in summary, it's a nice flying plane. It really is. It always surprises me how these simple aircraft with just a plank wing and a box fuselage can really perform so well. I always get caught up in building these really elaborate, built-up frame DLGs, and honestly, the difference is minimal. So, if you've built along with me in this series and you have yourself one of these aircraft, have fun with it. And if you haven't, I hope you're able to glean some insight from the videos and find them entertaining. Follow along with my glider building in the future. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.